Welcome to the weekly Homicide Report, the weekly program where we talk about all the people who needlessly died at the hands of another person. So let's take a look at this week's graph. Chicago had 17 homicides this week, bringing their total to 186 on the year. Philadelphia had 6 murders this week, bringing their yearly total to 159, which is 10% below where they were last year at this time, but considerably higher than where they were any year in the last 15 years. Baltimore had 7 homicides. Their total now sits at 115. St. Louis also had 7 murders, bringing their total to 109. And that's the St. Louis area. That's the city of St. Louis and the immediate suburbs. Milwaukee had 5 murders. Their total is 71 for the year and is 20 higher than they were at this time last year, which was a record year. And Columbus had 2 murders, the least of these cities, and their total is at 39. And almost more important than the total number of murders is the murder rate of a city, which looks at the total from a per 100,000 people basis and shows how each city compares on a more even basis. Chicago, which has the highest total overall, also has the highest population of these cities, and its murder rate is currently 21, which is only higher than Columbus, Ohio's murder rate of 14. The murder rate of St. Louis is the highest, which includes the city and immediate surrounding areas. This area has the smallest population of all these cities listed. Baltimore is 55.6, Milwaukee 35.5, and Philly 31.8. And I show this only so you can see that however bad the news makes Chicago out to be, it's not nearly as bad as many of these other cities in America. There were 12 mass shootings in week 18, accounting for the deaths of 5 and injuries of 57 others. The worst being the May 1st Lafayette, Louisiana shooting that left 12 injured, which this was the second mass shooting in Louisiana last week and 14th on the year in the state, which has accounted for 8% of all mass shootings this year. There were 3 children under the age of 11 shot and killed this week, and I covered the Desiree Hughes story. She was shot while in her car with her father. Nearly 1 child under the age of 11 has been murdered every day by gunfire this year. 20 children between the ages of 12 and 17 were shot and killed this week, and on average 3 teens are killed by gunfire per day so far in 2022. I covered the Landry Anglin murder. She was hit by a stray bullet while in her home. I'll put a link to that in the description, as well as the one for Desiree Hughes. On to the murder-suicides. Now these are just the ones done with a gun, which the majority are committed with a gun. And so far in week 18, we're at 216 for the year, and that's an increase of 7 from last week. And we're currently averaging nearly 2 per day. There's 6 listed here, accounting for the deaths of 13 people. Well, that's all I have for you today, but I'll be back next week with week 19 numbers. Until then, have a great week, and I'll catch you next week. Support this channel and pick yourself up some original crime-related apparel. Look for the link in the description.